is our next inductee. And to read the induction speech for the one and only Kool Moe Dee is our historian, Jay Quan.
Much of the general public's introduction to Kool Moe Dee was either Go See the Doctor or maybe his breakthrough single in 1986. Then 1987's How You Like Me Now the next year, which introduced him to mainstream audiences. But Kool Moe Dee started emceeing a full decade before in 1977, and by 1978 he was the front man for a group called the Treacherous Three, with L.A. Sunshine and Spoonie G at the time, later on Special K. The first rap recordings appeared on the market in 1979, but by 1980, the Treacherous Three had signed to Bobby Robinson's Enjoy Records and released 3 singles in that year: The New Rap Language, At the Party, and The Body Rock. What immediately stood out about this Harlem-based crew compared to the handful of rap records at the time was their style, vocabulary, and enunciation. While most rap records were either parody records or like a step above the nursery rhyme, the Treacherous Three was executing advanced poetic techniques right out of the game, metaphors and such, in 1980. Only group on record doing that at the time was Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five. The New Rap Language in particular was a recording that stylistically stood out from every rap record at the time and is still monumental today: the fast rap style. Kool Moe Dee was greatly influenced by the Furious Five, particularly Melly Mel. When he saw Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 4 MCs at the Autobahn Ballroom for the second time, he heard Melly Mel do a metaphor, as he spoke to earlier. And he knew that it was something that he wanted to do for the rest of his life, be an MC full time. While Moe Dee was listening to a tape of Flash in the 4, he heard Mel's brother, Kid Creole, say a rhyme. And in the rhyme, he said, while other MCs trying to prove a point, Melly Mel, my flesh and blood is busy being the joint. And he said, wow, why didn't he keep that going like a flurry? He could have kept that going like a flurry of rhymes, a triplet style. So Moe Dee improved upon what Kid Creole did, creating the fast rap style. And they recorded this on the New Rap Language. It was the manifestation of that. The fast rap style spread from the Boroughs all the way to Twista in Chicago, Bone Thugs in Cleveland, and all points in between, and it's still relevant today. But it can be factually proven that it starts with Kool Moe Dee. In the early days of rap music, there were many live MC contests, but these battles of sorts was one MC or group doing their routine, then the next MC or group doing their routine. There was no personal attack. The judgment of how good an MC was the roar of the crowd. But in the Busy Bee versus Kool Moe Dee MC contest, Busy Bee created a surgical attack, Kool Moe Dee created a surgical attack against Busy Bee and spoke personally to his rhyme style, his stage acumen, and he changed the face of battle rap. The reason that we had a battle rap that we have today is because of Kool Moe Dee that many years ago. After a run on Enjoy, yes sir. Yes, sir.
Come on, Busy Bee, I don't mean to be bold, but put that all did it all bullshit on hold. We gonna get right down to the nitty gritty. Gonna tell you a little something why you ain't shit.
After a run on Enjoy and later Sugar Hill Records, the Treacherous Three broke up around 1985. Moe Dee continued to pursue solo success after a song he recorded at Sugar Hill called Turn It Up. After a stint on Rooftop Records, he signed to Jive Records and released his 1986 self-titled debut album. The album solidified him as a superior MC. It placed him directly into what some affectionately call the golden era. It was Moe Dee's '87 sophomore album, How You Like Me Now, that received huge mainstream success, placing him in front of giants like Don Cornelius and Donnie Simpson, also placing him in a confrontation with a still up-and-coming LL Cool J. The legendary battle back and forth on record lasted from '87 to '91 or so and gave us some of Moe Dee's best, When I Go to Work and The Death Blow. Kool Moe Dee was part of the Stop the Violence movement, delivering arguably one of the best verses on self-destruction. I never ever ran from the Ku Klux Klan because that's self-destruction. He collaborated with Chuck D, KRS-One, Teddy Riley, Will Smith, and a host of others throughout his solo career. He's 1/3 of what many consider the first holy trinity of rap music that included Melly Mel of the Furious Five, Grandmaster Caz of the Cold Crush Brothers, and himself, Kool Moe Dee of the Treacherous Three. He's acted along Tupac in motion pictures. He's handpicked to record with Quincy Jones. And when greats such as Big Daddy Kane, Kool G Rap, and Rakim are asked who their earliest influences are, Kool Moe Dee is always mentioned. He's gone from the hill to Hollywood and never missed a step. My brother, the coolest of the cool, they call him Moe Dee.
I mean, for me, man, the three best MCs of all time. The three best MCs of all time is Melly Mel, Kool Moe Dee, and Grandmaster Caz. Right. Hands down.
Coming up next from the Treacherous Three MCs.
Moe Dee. From the south to the west, to the east, to the north. Come on, Moe Dee, and go off, and go off, go off. Rock the body, body, rock the body, body, rock the body, body, rock the body, body.
1, 2, 1, 2. We're gonna make this real quick. As nice as we did a concert. Kickery left already. I know Rakim got to get out of here. Thank you for this award. I want to say one thing, one question I have. How did it go from Treacherous Three to me? It was supposed to be Treacherous Three, the whole group. So we're gonna be back next year or something? What's up? Treacherous Three? Treacherous Three? Yeah. Like I said, I thought this was supposed to be a Treacherous Three award. It turned into a Kool Moe Dee thing situation. My brothers are still here. LA Sunshine, Special K, still in New York. And they planned on coming down, but we got the message the way it was. We're doing it the way it is. For most people that don't know, when we started this hip-hop thing, we were definitely trying to get out of the hood and trying to change the hood simultaneously. So when we drop lyrics, we try to drop lyrics with a message. We were not just rhyming for the sake of rhyming. So when you hear the Treacherous Three, the reason we do what we do, the way we did it, is because the words matter. I know people say Black Lives Matter, but black vocals matter. What we say to each other, people listen to. So I'm not gonna make it a political speech. Like I said, we're gonna do this real quick and get up out of here. Greg Nice, Smooth B, y'all turn it into a concert. So let's do a little something right quick, just to let them know before we go. I want the people in the house to help me out. Throw your hands in the air. Just throw your hands in the air. Say yeah. Say hell yeah. Say ho. Say ho, ho. Say ho, ho, ho. Let's scream. I used to live downtown, 129th Street, Convent. Everything's upbeat, parties, falling apart, nothing but girls at the dark. We chill, nobody gets ill in the place. We call the hill, but if flying, that's when they will get wild. But they don't fight, they kill at the... Everybody in the building, let me hear you sing. Sing along, sing along. Remember parties out in the park with the girlies, rubbing up in the dark. I was smooth. Someone pulled the gun, it was over. They spoiled my fun. I was flying just like a track star dying. Nah, I ran through the backyard trying to get in my building, saying, why in the heck won't somebody kill them one day? The fellas got together, they vowed that no one would ever come in our block and terrorize us. The gangs used to do it, now they idolize us. Guns, we don't like to use them unless our enemies choose them. We prefer to fight you all like a man and beat you down with our hands and bodies. Sign me out the... Let me hear you, let me hear you. Let me hear you sing along. Everybody in the building. All the fellas on this side. Everybody over here. Let me hear you, let me hear you. A little louder, let me hear you. We don't start trouble, but Before do we end it? Our time, we like to spend it snapping. Boy, do we heat up, we'll take time out to beat up a sucker. If you want static, beat down, yeah, we got it good, and we'll accommodate you. Thanks to us, a lot of brothers hate to come back to this very day, cause losing one thing we don't play. If you're ever in a fight and you're beating one of us, break out before you get bum rushed. At the, let me hear you, let me hear you. Let them hear you, let them hear you. Everybody in the back. Can't hear you. Everybody right here. Everybody over here. Everybody on this side. Everybody all together. DC, let them hear you. DC, let them hear you. DC, let me hear you. One more time. One more time. One more time. Can't hear you, can't hear you. Good night, everybody. Thank you for coming out. Kool Moe Dee, Les. Peace.